Alright, we're in the garage again working on the Jeep today. It's about 30 degrees outside there, some light snow falling. And we got the wood stove going here. And we're up to about 60 degrees in the garage. It's pretty comfortable, almost a little too warm sometimes. And I actually got to add a little bit more wood probably, because I haven't done that in an hour or so. Open up the damper. I like this little wood stove. It's a King automatic circulating wood stove. It's nothing too fancy. It's just a sheet metal body with some cast iron casting pieces on it. But it's got, use it either for coal or wood. And it's got a cast iron grate that mounts about here, so the ashes all fall down to the ash pan there. You can tell it's been going for a while. It's getting pretty full. Probably took 3 or 4 hours for the garage to warm up, and I've throttled it down a little bit since then. But yeah, I think I paid like $100 for it, $80 for it, something like that. It was cheap. It's got a little electric blower on the back with a thermostat and high and low speed, so that when it warms up, it sucks in cold air and blows it underneath, and it comes up through the top, and you get really nice hot air coming out. Heats up the garage a little bit quicker than the one that I used to have in here, which was a piece of junk. So, Jeep. Been having exhaust noise for the last 6 months now. This is the same engine that I rebuilt, 2 years ago February, so 2 years and 1 month ago. And I put a new exhaust manifold on it at the time because the other one had some cracks that were appearing in it but hadn't gone through, and it was the original manifold. These Jeep motors are prone to cracked manifolds for whatever. There's a lot of stress on them. So this one here, we did a little exploratory surgery because it's got this crappy sheet metal heat shield on it. Did a little exploratory surgery, and sure enough, there's a massive crack that goes all the way around the radius of the pipe. So that's why it was making so much noise. I've got my replacement here, which is an original unit that's, I don't know, 25 years old probably. And it's still in good shape, so I'm going to put that on. This one, I think, I bought it on eBay, and I think it was pretty cheap. It's made in China, which is probably the root cause of the failure, although a lot of the original ones fail too. So. And then I think I paid about the same for this one, used, and that one's going on today. So it took me, probably an hour and a half to get everything taken apart. I was hoping I'd be able to leave the intake manifold in place, but there's just not enough room to get it out of there. So you take the down pipe off, that's 2 bolts that connect it to the manifold, and then you take the manifold, both intake and exhaust manifolds, off the head. You have to take the power steering pump out here. Just move it out of the way. You don't have to disconnect it, and disconnect the wiring from it. The fuel lines and everything, for the most part, I left in place. I did do the return fuel or vapor or whatever line and one of the vacuum lines. Aside from that, just unbolt it enough to kind of swing it around. And take the air box and air intake tubing, which is over here on the floor. Take that out of the way. But hopefully another hour and a half, it'll be all back together again. I got new gasket to put in because I was kind of suspicious that maybe I wouldn't be able to get everything all out of there without removing the intake manifold. So we'll do that at the same time so that it doesn't leak, and hopefully, well, if I get another year or 2 out of it, the Jeep will be gone because it's up for sale right now. And we'll see. But that's all for now. Jeep manifold replacement.